All right, so I've been in this hotel room for 3 days. I haven't showered. I've been writing my script over and over. My Italian friends and followers and everyone, they've just been supporting me. It's I'm very grateful.
Big man, you ready for your show?
Che si dice? Ma scusa, ma due prima dello show mi dici? Ok, a me mi serve un'email, così si manda i etichette. Ok? E se ogni un posto è più meglio del mondo. Che solo che sarà stato. Ok?
I'm imagining this audience right now and putting myself in their shoes. Because a few years back, I was suffering a lot mentally with everything that was going on at home and everything that was going on in the world. Remember, we just came out of a pandemic and I needed laughter. I would turn to my phone, I would turn to my friends who would make me laugh. And that's why I do this. Yeah, it's great, it's a great career. There's money, there's accolades. When I get messages from people telling me, you got me through the pandemic, you got me through my family's suffering, that's what I'm doing this for.
Let's go.
All right. I know what you guys are thinking. When did Giuseppe become the poster boy for the gay Taliban? Listen, I'm gonna tell you before I start this show. I'm so happy you're all here. And I'm excited, but I'm a little nervous. But that's okay, because I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Me too. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Giuseppe. Buonasera, signore e signori. Io sono Peppa Maleka. Oh, figli mico Maleki Venerello. Venerello is this little village inside Italia. Do we got any Italians here tonight? I want to see the Italians here tonight. Who's from the north? We got some Friulani, Lombardi, Trieste, yeah? In about a half an hour, you guys, ma porco cane, non comprendo niente che dice questo giovanotto. Let's start making our way down. What about the Romani? We got any Romani here? All roads lead to Rome. And after half a day, all roads also lead out of Rome. We got anybody from Campo Basso here? Campo Ishushan, huh? We got him here. Anybody else in the house? Chamonix, Napolitani! The Napolitani are the best looking. They're the best looking. They come dressed very well. They wear their best jewelry. And by the end of the night, they're going to be wearing your jewelry as well. I'm just saying. Tentative heat. I'm looking for the Sicilians. I don't see them. They're troppo corti. I don't see them. Did I miss anybody? What about my people? Where are my paisani? Calabrese here! You know what? I love you all. And I'm so grateful you guys are all here. And we got some non-Italians here as well. Sounds like half of the room. I like this. That's good. Listen, I welcome you all here. I know the show is about Italians. But if you're here, you're either married to one, representing one, or whatever. I just want to say thank you for coming here. And the reason why I thank you the most is because I want to let you know that we, Italians, we love to celebrate all cultures. Even though the Italians, we love all cultures. No matter who we are, we love each other. Let's give each other a huge round of applause. For the Chinese. The Chinese. Look, the Chinese are actually very good people. But, you know, over these past couple of years, they got a little bit of a bad rap. And you know what? I was defending the Chinese. I was. Whatever everybody was saying, I said, no, you're wrong. Including my dad, my father. Chi sti cinesi portare sta malattia qua? I'm like, no, pa, they didn't bring the sickness here. Sì, perché li sa mangiare I pipistrelli. Okay, look. We know the Chinese eat pipistrelli, we know. They eat bats, fine. But they also mix it up. Si mangiano I gatti. Si mangiano I surici. You can't even say to a Chinese, chi te mangiano I cane? Because the Chinese will say, not unless I eat them first. The point is, the Chinese have been eating these animals for many, many years. In fact, I am convinced, the reason why dinosaurs are extinct is because I cinesi si mangiano tutti. The point is, millions of years, their stomachs have developed into steel. They can handle anything. Do you know who can't handle anything? Italiani. Our stomachs are sensitive. And yet, for some reason, we all love to eat Chinese food. All of us. You go into a Chinese restaurant, they are literally warning you at the table. You go to the table, you sit down, what's the first thing you see? Chopsticks. If you're Italian and you see chopsticks, you need to get up and vattene a casa. Okay? Now, there's some of you Italians right now, you're like, what are you talking about, Giuseppe? I know how to use chopsticks. Oh yeah? You're sophisticacato all of a sudden? Huh? You know how to use chopsticks? Have you ever seen yourself use chopsticks? Huh? Bring a mirror next time you go to a Chinese restaurant. In fact, you don't even need to bring a mirror. Just take out your cell phone and put it out. Selfie mode. And you watch yourself. I got it. Have you ever seen the Chinese? They're grabbing and they're flicking right into their mouths. They're not even looking. They're grabbing food from the back. They're grabbing food from the sky. They're eating food that's cooked. They're eating food that's raw. They're eating food that's dead. They're eating food that's alive. Meow! They're drinking soup with the chopsticks, and you think you know how to use chopsticks? Half of you in this room are still using a spoon to twirl your pasta. And what about when you order? Huh? What about when you order Chinese food? Listen, I'll tell you, the Chinese, they're very generous. If you order the right meal, they feed you. If you order dinner for 4, you can feed this entire arena. You order dinner for 3, you can't feed a canary. I don't know their math, but I just know that dinner for 4 is the way to go. But it doesn't matter which dinner you order. Dinner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. No matter what's inside the bag? 6,000 packs of soy sauce. What are they trying to hide? Huh? Plum sauce. 45. I ordered 1 egg roll. Why do I have so much plum sauce? Chicken balls. They give you a bucket. And then my mother, after we're done the chicken balls, she puts the bucket into the fridge. I'm like, why, Ma? Why did you put this in the fridge? And she's like, oh, just in casa di serve per poco di cosa. For what? La cotoletta, Ma. Throw it out! I find that the nationalities that give you dipping sauces, they're trying to hide something. Okay? Look at the Portuguese. What's the most popular thing the Portuguese have that you guys all like to order? Portuguese chicken. Guys, you know what Portuguese chicken is? It's chicken! With rice and patate with duty. And the reason why it's so special is because they give you the piri piri sauce. You understand? They're hiding something! The Greeks! What's the most popular Greek meal? Chicken souvlaki. What's chicken souvlaki? It's chicken! With rice and patate with duty. What do they give you? Tzatziki sauce. They're hiding something. Some Greeks in this room right now are like, what do you mean, Giuseppe? You never had our political. No, we haven't. We only know what we order. Italians, we don't have dipping sauces. We try to have dipping sauces. Some of you like to take a plate and put olive oil and balsamic. That's our dipping sauce. Guys, that's salad dressing! What are you doing? Some of you order pizza from some places and they give you ranch. If you're getting ranch, the guy that made the pizza, his name is Raj. Do you understand? They're hiding something! And we can't eat Indian food either. I like Indian food. I actually like Indian food. But you can't have it. You can't go dancing after you eat Indian food because you got literally 3 minutes from the last meal to a toilet. Both sides. And you're like, what's in the food? Guys, all of you go grocery shopping. When you go grocery shopping, you go down the international aisle. Only on Tuesdays to pick up taco seasoning. That's the only reason why we go down that aisle. Yet, we all do those stops. You pick something off the shelf. Ma chi è sta merda? Ma chi è sta merda? Yes, the merda. That's the merda they're putting in the food. I want stuff out of an Italian garden. What grows in an Italian garden? Pomodori, alletuca, cocozzi, cocomeri, radicchio. You know what doesn't grow in an Italian garden? Turmeric. Turmeric does not grow in an Italian garden. Yet some of you health freaks are like, oh, you need to have turmeric, it's gonna make you live forever. Guys, my great-grandmother, my bisnonna Joma, she lived to 178 years old. She never had turmeric. Guys, Italians, we're slipping. We are slipping. We used to be the most innovative country in the world. We invented the battery. We invented the telephone. We invented the bank system. We invented the sewer system. We invented everything. Now what do Italians do? You see them in the piazza. Non c'è lavoro. We invented the vehicle that every human being wants to drive. The Ferrari. Huh? Everybody wants a Ferrari. Everybody. What's the next best thing we got? Fiat. How do we go from Ferrari to Fiat? During the pandemic, I needed a car because my lease had ended. Now, I'm sure a lot of you experienced this. You couldn't get a car for a couple of reasons. A, there were no cars. They actually ran out. Secondly, if there were some cars out there, you needed to get approved. Listen, guys, I don't know if you guys know what I do for a living. I'm a comedian. I don't actually work. But before, because I had good credit, I would get approved because I just lie on my credit application. How much do you make a year? 350,000. But I couldn't lie during the pandemic because they knew I wasn't working. So I had to scramble. I needed a car. So I started calling around. And one of the calls was to my cousin Sandro. I think he's over here somewhere. I'm like, because he's a finance manager in a car dealership. I'm like, Sa, I need help. You got to get me approved. Bah, you're not going to get approved. There's no shot. Okay, what do I do, Sa? I need a car. He goes, Bah, I got you. Come by the house. I got a car for you. I'm like, okay. I'm like, wow, amazing. I go to his house. He goes, Bah, here, take the 500. You can take it. I'm like, Sa, I love you, man. I really needed this. He goes, go take it for a spin. I'm like, cool. Where is it? He's like, it's right behind you. Oh, okay. Oh, it's standard. Okay. That was a good drive. Thanks, Sandra. Really appreciate it. The problem is, Italians are actually getting soft, really soft, starting with the women. Ladies, I'm sorry, but if you're under the age of 65, we lost you. We completely lost you. I'm gonna tell you a story. Mai tsimiku, attaccato. Attaccato means married in. In February, he turned 90 years old. Maya Tsarasa is freaking out. For sure. She's throwing at me hard. Anyway, when he turned 90, his younger sister, his 80-year-old younger sister, decided that she was gonna fly from Torino, because she lives in Torino, all the way to Toronto for his birthday. Right? What happened? His birthday was on a Tuesday. We're celebrating on a Tuesday. She hops on a plane on Sunday to get there the day before. Well, if you guys remember February, we had snowstorms. So, mid-flight, Toronto gets smashed with snow. So she lands, instead of landing in Toronto, she lands in Montreal. This poor 80-year-old woman who does not speak a lick of English lands in a province that does not want to speak a lick of English. But somehow this 80-year-old figured it out, and they put her up in a hotel. The next day, her flight was at 5:30. She was at the airport at 7 a.m., ready to go. The party started at 6 on the Tuesday. So, okay, maybe she was going to be late an hour and a half. No, because the flight was not from Montreal to Toronto. The flight was from Montreal to Ottawa. Then, from Ottawa, she flew to Toronto. The point is, we continued on with the party because my Tamiko, he had to go to bed. He's 90. We have the cake. Then, my cousin Mike and Mary, who went to go pick her up at the airport, they brought her into the house, and I remember because I was recording it, 11:01 in the evening, Tuesday. This poor woman traveled pretty much 48 hours. 48. And you could see the exhaustion in her face. At 11:07, 6 minutes, she cleared the entire table, brought all the dishes into the kitchen, and washed them. 6 minutes! And all her nieces and grandnieces were sitting there watching the whole show go down, and all they're saying is, Beppy, do you think you can pass me another piece of cake? And that's the women. What about the men? If the women are soft, the men, they are jello. Let's take me, for instance. I'm 46 years old, and I look like this. My father, he's 74. Can we get a light on my father? I think he's still right over here. You see him? Padre, there he is, right there. Stand up, Papa, stand up. Stand up here. There. He's 74 years old. At 46, he looked the same as he does right now. Today, at 74, he looks absolutely fantastic. When he turned 46, I thought he was dying. Now you're thinking, okay, he must have had a very stressful life at the age of 46. My father had no stress. He had no stress after 1973 when he got married to my mother. By the way, this August 15th, they're celebrating 50 years. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Zero stress. First off, what do people stress out about? Money. My father was always a modest man, but he never stressed out about money. You know why? Because he never spent any money. Do you understand? He had no cell phone bill. He was okay with 13 channels on the little roll of dialing thing. He was okay. He was good. The most fanciest thing he ever bought my mother was a 2001 Honda CRV. Sorry, I take that back. It was a 1997 CRV, and he bought it in 2001. So it was about 4 or 5 years old. They still have it. This car's 26 years old. It's got rust all over the wheels. There's no way they're legal. Okay? It's got no air conditioning. The radio only works on a hill. There's a family of raccoons living inside the door. I'm like, "Pa, can you buy mommy a new car? Perché io motore ancora buona." Stress-free. He has a meal in front of him every single day. His clothes are washed and ironed. All his mutante cagate and strecate. And I know this because I moved back in about 3 years ago. My mother's doing the exact same thing for me. So it's pretty good. We're both living large right now. No, the reason why my father looked so weathered at that age is because when he was young, I mean really young, 4 years old, he was working. Now a lot of you Italians like to say, "Oh, you worked, oh, we walked, you did nothing." My father worked, and I'll tell you why. He worked because my nonno Pepe, I was named after him, he was a businessman. So he had a bodega. A bodega is a store in the village. And then after he opened up a pizzeria. But back then when my dad was that young, they just had the bodega. And my dad was working right away. Now, my nonno was a little bit more well-off-to-do in the village. He had 2 donkeys. He had a Sunday donkey. This was the fancy donkey. They only took it out on Sundays, Christmas. It led the processions. This donkey thought it was a horse. It was just a... Then he had another donkey. This donkey was the work donkey. This donkey was blind in its right eye. He had a broken leg and it only turned left. So my dad was supposed to get on this donkey at 3:30 in the morning to go to the marina to go pick up bread. Sometimes my dad didn't want to wake up. I was 4, poor kid. But he had to wake up. Sometimes he'd wake up at 4, even 4:30. My nonno, I don't care. He threw him up on the donkey. Now the marina's over there. But because this donkey only turned left, he had to start this way. Up the hill, all around. And my dad would go get the bread, then make it all the way back. Now, my dad had to go to school. Now, you think my nonno would at least give him the donkey? No. He needed the donkey. Plus, he couldn't really take the donkey because the donkey was on the right. I mean, the school was on the right, and the donkey only turned left. It didn't make sense. So my dad was late for school. And listen, back then, there was zero tolerance for being late. Every time my father was late, they would make him kneel on dried chickpeas. You understand? Dried chickpeas. And then he'd have to put out his hand and they smack it with the ruler stick. Then he would go home crying to my nonno. He said, my nonno didn't even ask. Pa! Bekite maestra. Bekite basketball. Popped again. Why do you keep hitting me? Because you were late for school. Pop! You made me late for school. Pop! You should have got up at 3:30. My kids start school at 8:30 in the morning. They're getting up at 8:27. They're walking into school. My dad's hair was white when he was 5. You understand? Why he looks like this? What you been about? Thank you. I don't know truly when the Italians lost control, but we lost control. The Roman Empire was the most dominant, powerful empire ever to exist. They conquered, they invented, and whatever they didn't invent, they stole. They stole all the gold everywhere. It's all hidden right now under the Vatican. This is true. But you'd think the Italians would help each other out a little bit. The Jews help each other out. Okay? When they gotta fly to Israel, their first flight is paid. I'm taking Air Transat this summer to Italy. They won't even give me my luggage. I gotta pay for the luggage. Aiutatemi un poco here. Anyway, the Roman Empire, they conquered. But they conquered the wrong places. The Spaniards, they did it right. They got all the best places. They got Mexico. They got Cuba, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Argentina, Peru. They got all the best places. Where did the Romans conquer? Africa. Who the hell wants to go to Africa? Nobody. I've never heard an Italian ever say, bro, me and my girl, we're going to Uganda. It's never happened. Italians, we like to take things and change them. We already have the best food. Do we agree? We have the best food. Bar none. Cakers, they got nothing. They got nothing except for one day. They got Thanksgiving. And they perfected Thanksgiving. And we all, us Italian kids, we all get excited for Thanksgiving. Why? Because the cakers perfected. Turkey, stuffing, yams, gravy, and for the eccentrics, cranberry sauce. That's it. That's all. Perfect. Italians, io credo che faccia lasagna. Ma, please, one day, no pasta. The turkey, Ma! The turkey! Italians like to change things that are perfect. Let's take the story of Jesus. As we all know, as Christians, majority of us in this room, Christians, we know fact. We believe in fact, not fiction, fact, that God inseminau Mother Mary. We believe it. It's true. We don't question it. And we have no right to question it. Only Joseph, San Giuseppe, could say, I'm sorry, what? But other than him, none of us question it. Anyway, the story goes that when she was ready, upartarish means to, they had to escape because the Romans found out, and we couldn't let the Son of God be born. So they were on search for Mary and Joseph. So they fled and they went to Bethlehem. They went to Bethlehem and they knocked on the first innkeeper's door. And he said, hey, I'm sorry, we're sold out. Goes to the next one. Hey, I'm sorry, we're sold out. Goes to the third one. Hey, I'm sorry, we're sold out. What was going on in Bethlehem, by the way? Toto Cotugno was performing. Why would Bethlehem be sold out? Anyway, the third innkeeper offered an option. Said, I see the situation here. You can use the barn. Joseph's like, okay, no problem. Sets it all up. Jesus was born, laid in a manger. The animals all around. Beautiful. There's another part to that story that's very important. The part that you actually love the most. The reason why we get presents. The three wise men. The three magi. The three kings. There's even a song about it. We three kings of Orient are bearing gifts, we come from afar. We three kings from the Orient. The reason why they said the Orient is because they were coming from the East. Now, with the Orient, you might think all three were Chinese. They weren't. Let's be a little bit more cultured here. One was Chinese. One was African. This is true. And one was Persian, so Arab. Okay, Arab. Anyway, these three kings, they followed the star. They found Jesus, and they gave him gifts. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. That's the story. That's what's in the Bible. That's what we're supposed to go by. Italians looked at this story. No. They told all the children of Italy that that the three wise men, wise, intelligent, got lost, made their way down Italy, knocked on a lady's door. They called her La Befana. And she opened the door, let them in, fed them, let them sleep the night, and then told them where Jesus was. Okay, let's take it back a second. These three wise men, coming from the Orient, the East, bypassed Bethlehem, went up Europe, down a peninsula called Italy, made their way all the way down, and let's just say she was in Calabria. They knocked on a Calabrese woman's door, and she opened the door, let them in, fed them, let them sleep the night, and told them where Jesus was? Are you guys okay? First off, there's no way she opened the door. I don't want to say that Calabrese women are racists, but there's no way did she let in no cinese, no arabo, and no africano in ta casa. No way! And she let them in. She fed them. And she let them sleep the night. Guys, I don't know if you know Italy too well, but wherever there's one Calabrese woman, any Italian woman, there's 50 other houses of other Italian women with their eyes like this. Guarda qua! Guarda Befana che faccio un trasano! Mi pare che non è una Befana, mi pare che sia una Puma! And then here's the best part. She gave them directions to where Jesus was. Okay. So she's in Calabria. Let's say this part is true. So we know Italy. When you're coming from this side and you're making your way around, where's the first place you cross through? Venice. Jesus was not near water. Out. Make their way down. Very possible they saw Rome and they hooked left or hooked right. There's no way they were going to stop in Rome because we know what the Romans did 33 years later. They had a premonition. Don't stop in Rome. Okay. There's a very strong possibility they stopped in Bari because the Chinese wise men, allora he stopped to talk with them for a little bit. There's no way the wise men went through Napoli because that gold, frankincense, and myrrh would have been gone. And the camels and their sandals. They just would. So naturally they stopped in Calabria. La Befana knew this. So if she knows that they didn't find Jesus anywhere in the upper half of Italy, the next natural stop is Sicily. And there's no way a Calabrese woman would ever admit that Jesus was from Sicily. No way! I'm sure those wise men, they enjoyed their trek through Italy. Because Italy is the most beautiful country in the world. 100%. And I'm lucky, because I've been to many places in Italy. Many. I've been to Venice. I've been to Milan. Torino. I got parenti in Avigliana, which is next to Torino. I made my way down. I've been to Rome. I've been to Rimini. I've been to Puglia. I've been to Napoli. I've been to Sicilia, is one of those beautiful places in the world. Sicilia is so beautiful. And of course, all over Calabria. And you know who took me to all these places? Huh? Do you know who took me? Me! I me? You think my cousins took me anywhere in Italy? Huh? I'm like, gee, can you bring me somewhere here? Giuseppe, tu casai. What do you mean I know? And listen, if I wanted to get to the beach, that's my cousins, they're over here. We would go to Italy. Do you know how we would get to the beach? We would walk. That's how we got to the beach. We'd get our bag in one hand, we'd put the ombrellone on our shoulder. Sometimes one of our cousins would drive by, which is a big understatement because the whole village is our cousins. They would drive by, oh Giuseppe, aonde stai indo? A mare. A mare means the sea, the beach. Aonde stai indo, mare? Yeah, I'm going. Buono passaggio. Sure. But they would never drive us straight to the mare. Vede che io giro a destra, scende qua. They drive me for like 30 seconds. Fine. All you Italians that live in the mountains, you guys went to the beach once every 3 Sundays. I already know, I feel bad for you guys. But what about when they come here? Oh man. They come with a list. And I'm the guy who takes them everywhere. Again, I'm the comedian. I don't have a job. They're like, okay. They pull out this list. Oh, Giuseppe, mi può portare allo CN Tower? Yeah, okay. I can bring you to the CN Tower. Mi può portare a Niagara Falls? Yeah. Ti posso portare a Niagara Falls. Mi può portare a New York? No, non ti posso portare a New York. Perché non è vicino. Siamo in America. We're not in America. Siamo in Canada. Anyway, I would take them everywhere. I would take them absolutely everywhere. And I'll take them up to that CN Tower. And listen, I've been up that CN Tower many times. And I'm still in utter awe of the height of the CN Tower. On a clear sky, you can see Japan. Italians, not impressed whatsoever. They're just walking around. Niagara Falls? You guys know the trip to Niagara Falls. You need to plan it out. You need to pack a lunch. You go to Niagara Falls, you take your 4 pictures. The first thing Italians say right after those 4 pictures, solo chiesto di nave. What? Ne potremmo dire? You want to leave? We just got here. I brought Italians to one of my favorite places, to the zoo. I love the zoo. I love the animals in the zoo. I love looking at the lions, the tigers, the snakes, the giraffes, the elephants. But my favorite animal is the silverback gorilla. This thing is powerful. Huge. Italians, they don't even take out their cameras. I'm like, gee, can you take out your camera and take a picture of these animals? They're like, nah, Giuseppe, non debemo ste cose. I'm sorry, you have these animals? You've never taken me to the zoo in Italy. The fanciest animal I've ever seen in Calabria is a 2-headed chicken. happens? We leave the zoo. My cousin Chi, right away. Fermate loco, pe. Fermate loco. He pulls out, not the cell phone, the good camera. The big one. The big lens. Fermate loco. I'm like, Chi, what are you doing? What's he taking pictures of? The squirrels! I'm like, Chi, why are you taking pictures of the squirrels? Non devi squiriatoli all'Italia. Oh yeah? You know what else you don't have? Silverback gorillas! I grew a new fondness for my parents. See, I didn't understand them when I was young. Because you're young, you don't understand your parents. You think your parents are crazy. I'm confirming my parents are crazy. I'm just saying, I didn't understand at the time. And I find myself in a position where I'm taking care of my parents now. I handle everything. I feel useful. One thing for sure is I'm handling all their situations. I'm gonna give you an example, all right? I'm gonna bring it back a little bit now. My father, he had a knee operation in December. And it's a serious operation. It's an easy operation, but it's a serious operation. The guy was out. It took a lot of work. A lot of work. My mother wanted to kill him. She was going nuts with him. She's like, because he's got to do the other knee, she's like, io mi vino a casa e se dogni tutti I soldi un'infermiera. Like she loves him because she was ready to give him a nurse, but she was ready to walk out. She's like, I'm out. But anyway, when he had the operation, they were given a list of things you needed to get. So, when you have a knee operation, as some of you may have had in this room, your feet get cold because there's no circulation. So they got him, the list said, make sure you have socks, make sure you have a warm blanket, okay? Also make sure you have wipes because you're not able to take a shower for a little bit, so just to wipe your body down to stay clean. You need a back scratcher, not for your back, but to scratch your leg. You need assistance, you need everything. Anyway, my mother, they went out. My mother, of course, she goes to the best store on earth, Dollarama. She picks up what she needs. Anyway, she picks up all these items. 3 days in, I'm sticking around the hospital the whole week. Because again, I don't work, so I can just stay there. I'm sticking around all week. I notice my dad's got red dots all over his arms. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't know. He's scratching. I'm like, okay. I'm starting to look at stuff around. Maybe it's the fabric of the blanket. I don't know what it is. And then I see these wipes. I pick up the wipes. Clorox disinfectant wipes. I'm like, Ma, I want the catastrophes. Okay. Ma, he's in the Clorox. Yeah, ma, these are wipes. Ma, look on the back. There's a picture of a sink and a toilet, Ma. Che danno, ma? Nanna verichina. There's bleach. My father right away. Pochissime bruciò culo. And another major thing. Another major thing since I moved in is I'm helping them out. They don't want, I'm like, listen, I'm a grown man. I'll pay rent. They don't want any money from me, obviously, right? They don't want any money from me. I'm like, Ma, please, let me give you money. No, Pidio. Tu dan sempre na casa cá. Thank you, Ma. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay their bills. I'm gonna pay their bills online. Okay, I use their bank account, but I'm just saying, I'm gonna pay their... I'm gonna pay them efficiently. Anyway, I get all the letters. I'm like, my mother, all of a sudden, she can't read again. The Italian mothers, they don't know any of the words until they see the dollar amount. It could be off by 3 cents. Anyway, I took care of all the letters. My mother gets this letter in the mail a few months back, and it was a parking fine. That lady knows the story. I think I told her. It was a parking fine. And I'm like, Mom, what's this? Yeah, you don't touch. Mom, you got a parking fine. Where did you park? Yeah, you don't park, it's parked. Okay. So me, the representative of the letters, I call. I'm like, hi. I'm sorry, my mother got this letter in the mail, some parking fine. Yeah, she's got to pay $141. I'm like, excuse me? $141. Where did she park? In front of a hospital? Where did she park? No, she's got to pay. I'm like, hold on a second. Now I'm getting into aggressive, protective son mode. I'm like, hey, my mother didn't park there, so you could just take your letter and shut, and the guy goes, they go right away. They're like, hey, send us an email with your grievances. They don't know that I got a minor in communications in university. I know how to write letters of grievances. So I'm like, hey, I want to let you know that my mother did not park where you're saying she parked. So you can cancel this letter, this bill immediately. I wait a week. I get an email. From that email, the reply, okay, now you can call us. Okay. Now let me give you a little backstory. I figured out where the parking happened. It was at Weston and Lawrence. There's an area where Weston and Lawrence. And near Weston and Lawrence, there's a Shoppers Drug Mart. And that Shoppers Drug Mart, it's free parking. Free. So I know my mother parks there all the time. And just down the street, there's a Dollarama. Okay? And I did the coordinates, and it landed in the parking lot of the Dollarama. I'm like, Ma, did you park here? No, lascia paga, io non voglio là. You pay to go there. Okay. Io voglio sempre Shoppers Drug Mart. Okay. So I got the story, we're good. So I call and said, listen, there's no way my mother parked there because there's a free parking lot just down the street, 100 meters at the Shoppers Drug Mart. She's like, they're like, look, I'm gonna send you the parking ticket. So they send me this thing in the email. It looked fabricated to me. I'm like, listen, I'm pretty good with computers. I can make this myself. You have the wrong license plate. This is the wrong ticket. Delete it immediately. They're like, are you by your computer? Yeah. We're sending you something else. They sent me a picture of my mother's car. I'm frozen. I'm like, Ma, che sta la macchina tua? Tu decidiste che non parcaste qua. My mother, without skipping a beat, oh Giuseppe, solo un minuto parcare. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming here this evening. I love you all so very much. You guys made my dreams come true tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you next time. Thank you.